Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Tuesday the 5th of June 2018. I'm Darren Sinden and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right then, let's take a look at overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. Not too much in the way of major moves overnight, as you can see from the area I've highlighted here. I will just flag a couple of key points, however. The dollar has made further gains against the Japanese currency. Dollar yen trading back up at 109.95, up by around 0.14% overnight. There are also gains for the US currency against near neighbours Mexico, with the dollar making gains of 0.2% against the peso. Dollar index for its part, however, relatively static. We thought it might break back down through 94 yesterday. Seems to have resisted that idea and is now trading around 94.10 shortly before we recorded the video. Right, what's on the calendar then? Events that may move the markets today. Reasonably busy calendar, and we've already had some quite key information out of Asia Pacific this morning. We had Caixin China Services PMI data for May, broadly in line with forecast there. We also had the not insignificant matter of the Reserve Bank of Australia interest rate decision, and we'll look at that in more detail momentarily. To come today then, we will have a series of services and composite PMI data reports starting at 7:55 with the data for Germany, and that's followed at 8 AM GMT by market PMI composite and services data for the wider Eurozone, so perhaps a chance to infer something from the German data into the Eurozone wide data. At 8:30 it's the UK's turn with the services PMI data for May, and at 10 o'clock staying in the UK, MPC member Cunliffe gives us the first of the day's central bank speeches. We jump forward then to 13:45 and cross over the Atlantic for the US data, composite and services PMI as compiled by market for the month of May. And at 1400 we'll have a domestic version of that data in the shape of the ISM non-manufacturing PMI for May out of the States. 17:30 sees German Bundesbank President Jens Wiedmann give us a speech, and we have to wait till 2300 for Reserve Bank of Australia Assistant Governor Bullock to speak. But obviously, given that we had an RBA rates meeting today, his speech may take on some added significance. Right, breaking news and comment then that's caught my eye overnight. First of all, the Reserve Bank of Australia leaves interest rates at plus 1.5% and says that improvements to employment and inflation will remain gradual. We didn't see a clear hint at a potential date for rate rises there as we thought we might, so back on hold there for Australian rates. Meanwhile, Japanese household spending shrank in April, continuing a slowdown seen in Q1 2018. Not perhaps the data that the Bank of Japan would have been looking for there. News also breaks that Chinese regulators are to investigate foreign memory chip manufacturers after sharp jumps in chip prices in the country. And coming back to Europe, UK new car sales fell in May as demand for diesel-fuelled vehicles continued to fade, but retail sales in the country rose by 4.1% year-on-year, boosted by the Royal Reading, according to the British Retail Consortium data. Right then, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day and beyond. Why not think about this? Eurozone PMI data today and an ECB meeting next week means that rates policy is at the forefront of investors' minds. The German publication Welt has flagged a slowdown in bank lending to both firms and households that looks to be part of a wider credit tightening in Europe. And this is not ideal if QE is to be withdrawn later this year. So food for thought there for the ECB in terms of a dip in money supply and what looks to be a fall off in lending to households in Europe, and that will obviously be a concern to the central bankers. Right, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and or foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of leverage products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative. Thank you for your time.